Nothing's stopping us now.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
That's it.
Howdy.
Them's fighting words.
I love it when it takes like 5 seconds for it to communicate and then brain and then right.
It was cutting through the noise.
Hello, this is our theme song. It's not noise. Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast. Jim, Todd, and
Lisa
now,
Gray.
The afterthought, apparently.
Oh,
I just found out.
hey, she got herself on our t-shirts, then she got herself on the mug.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm not finishing until you guys are sitting here, and I'm over there alone, like, but on a couch, really relaxed.
oh, having a cigar in your slippers.
A pipe, maybe. A pipe. Nobody smokes pipes anymore.
Anytime you want to come over here, you just let me know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Let's have it.
We're gonna give her this without any prep time.
Right, here you go. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do that sometime.
Okay, I'm the one
So,
who's writing it.
tell them
we'll be over there.
Tell them they're in for a treat today. Tell them what we got coming.
Okay, I'm told that you're in for a treat today. We'll find out after the show starts. But you know what is a treat? We have a cool Twitter and Instagram account.
This is new, by the way. This
Brand
is awesome.
new. Go there right now. All you do is type in @TakeAListing. It's @TakeAListing. Can we put that in the show notes, Lisa?
Yes.
Thank you. Go there and like and subscribe and thumbs up and whatever you do on these, and we'll be great. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
So today's show, overcoming homeowner fears, encourage sales with the power of empathy. And who could use a little more empathy out there? So let's find out what that's all about.
It's such a great topic because more people than we know are hurting out there and going through
Right.
tough times.
Right.
And it's interesting. I did a video for our past clients just yesterday on this exact thing. And my thought was the following, like, let's say a lot of agents don't like the cold call. They don't like the prospect.
Right.
But if they could just do a little shift and say, come from kindness, what that will do, I think, is say, wow, I'm going to prospect, but I'm going to prospect more gently. I don't have to be aggressive. I'm going to go that listing presentation, still be strong, still be me, but I can have a relaxed sense of confidence and just be gentle. Still, you're asking for the order. You're still doing everything.
Yeah, it's
so nice.
shift in intention.
Yes, that's a nice way.
If for 1 week you shift your intention to being kind and really listening,
Right.
see what happens. I mean, that sounds like a fun thing to do, right? I'm going to try it with him.
You're going to try being kind with me? Wow.
Oh, boy.
What a
Hey,
difference.
text me later. Let me know how that goes.
I'll let you know if it happens.
Yeah, if it happens.
So far, she's
Okay.
back at 0. All right. So,
Hot dog, we've only lost her and we haven't even got to the first
I
sentence.
probably should have said that out loud, right?
No, that was an internal thought.
it's like me saying that she was the afterthought. Okay, so I said it out loud. Okay.
We've come full circle. Look at that.
Hey, what's in her mason jar over there?
Did that come from the hills of Wisconsin?
Dirt water.
Dirt water.
This is farm water.
A little moonshine,
Yeah, she's feeling loose. We should get through the show as soon as we can. I think it's kicking in.
a little corn whiskey in there. All right.
Corn whiskey.
Well,
man.
engaging homeowners who are hesitant to sell their properties require a delicate approach, one that is rooted in empathy, understanding, and effective communication. By having open and honest conversations, you can address homeowners' concerns, alleviate their fears, and empower them to make informed decisions about selling their homes. Here's how you begin. You create a safe and welcoming space. Establishing trust is crucial when communicating with homeowners who are afraid to sell.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I think you were going to head into your next sentence.
Oh, she's being
I was
assertive.
about to, and then I got cut
She's
off.
being assertive today.
I was using empathy when I said
empathy.
No, just to go back to the paragraph above that, or the couple sentences above that, talking about an open and honest conversation. You know, in sales, you're so driven by that end game that I think everyone talks about scripting, right?
Yeah.
Overcoming objections, having answers for objections, all of this. So you can really kind of deviate from being authentic and deviate from having an open, honest conversation because you don't think about that. You're just thinking, Okay, there was a no. How do I overcome it? Okay, now where do I go next? I've done my presentation over and over again. What's the next step in it? And you can lose sight of just taking a breath, slowing down, and having a conversation and honestly listening, and maybe even honestly talking about the market, talking about how you feel about the market.
Well, think about that. I love how you frame that, because I had a vision, and think about it's a way different vision than what a lot of realtors do now. They go to the house, they take a photo. She's got her ice cubes going on during the show. Hopefully she's enjoying herself.
It's like a cocktail hour.
Could you get a plastic mason jar? Is that possible? So,
like maybe a sippy cup?
Or maybe some things you don't have to have ice. How about that? Could you chill it ahead of time?
The heat index is 110 here.
This is true.
Where I was going back on track.
Before you were interrupted by the
mason
mojito.
jar, by the mojito over there, disguised as iced coffee.
It's a dirty mojito if I ever seen one.
Yeah. Hey, here's a way we can get away with it.
Dirty martini. Let's try that one. Chocolate martini.
But you know what? If you put yourself in that place, to where you're not going over there to say, boom, I'm going to push them over the edge. I have to do this. I have a sales goal, because it's up to them anyway.
Right.
But if you can just picture yourself and just say, you know what, I'm going to come from empathy.
Right.
I already know what I'm going to do. I've been doing this. So I'm going to just sit, enjoy myself. I'm going to ask some questions and let them listen. And the great people that do that, let them share how they need to be closed. Maybe they have a fear over here that you didn't even think about, and you're able to handle that. Or maybe none of that was. And so, just the vision you gave me is sitting back, having a cup of coffee, not in a mason.
Or what have you.
Yeah, no more mason jars. It's going to be not allowed in the studio.
I mean, you've got a glass. You don't make it that racket over there.
Correct. I try to keep it within a zone. Maybe during Christmas, that's the only show that could be appropriate. But even then.
No, then we're drinking hot chocolate.
Maybe we just cut her mic off or something. That would work.
We do a volume control over here.
We're not afraid to use it.
Correct.
All right. So you begin by creating a safe and welcoming space where your customers feel comfortable expressing their concerns and fears. Listen actively and emphatically. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you did good.
Okay, thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Miss Gray. Listen actively and emphatically to their worries, demonstrating genuine understanding and compassion. Avoid judgment and assure them that their feelings are valid. By demonstrating an atmosphere of openness, you lay the foundation for effective communication. It sounds like we're doing therapy here.
We are. It is. It's right, because outside of an investor, that's the biggest thing they will sell throughout their life. Yeah. What I love here is that if you really can build rapport and have candor and put them in a very safe place, then guess what? If you don't do that, they're not going to share their greatest fears.
Right. So of course.
So you have to be great at that so they can let the wall down.
Right. And I think the hardest thing for a human being is to withhold judgment.
Right.
Human beings are so judgy.
We are.
So, and you show up and you know everything, and you
not us,
and you're reading. No, all other than you two.
Oh, thank you.
I wasn't thinking of the people in this room.
Right.
But you're the pro. You know the stats. You know what's going on in the market. So when you have somebody come at you with some type of fear statements that maybe are completely unfounded, or you can tell where they got them from, you're thinking, oh, they must have listened to that channel or that network or got their news here, and you start judging. The second you judge, you're just shifting that energy enough that you're creating a wall. So let's withhold judgment and listen openly and appreciate the fact that they're not you. They have a different perspective, and that's okay.
Right. I feel badly that I was being judgy and assuming that Lisa has alcohol in that.
Well, that's really what I was implying. But
we're going to have to take it to your office and put the test strip in there and see if it turns that certain color.
If it turns yellow, that's not good. Right. All right, moving on. Consider conducting a pre-listing interview over the phone, or you can use a free resource like Opinion Monkey and create a pre-listing survey for the homeowner to complete.
Now, I want Lisa to elaborate on this because we were chatting about it before the show and a little bit. So this is free. And so if I'm a realtor, I could send this over.
Right. So let's say you have a listing presentation coming up. And we know the kind of market we're in. We know there's a lot of fear out there, a lot of concern. And you're trying to approach it from a very empathetic arena. So you could either do a pre-listing phone interview, Or you could go to Opinion Monkey or Survey Monkey, where they have, I'd say it's Opinion Stage or Survey Monkey. I'm sorry, I just realized I created a new website. It's Opinion Stage.
So Opinion Monkey doesn't even exist?
How much caffeine was she on this morning?
It's not the caffeine. It's the moonshine in there.
So there's two different
happy gas or something.
There's two different sites.
I've heard of Survey Monkey. So I was laughing. Opinion Monkey? What the heck is that?
Opinion Monkey. Hey, that website is available if anybody wants to buy it.
We should buy it. That's going to be popular now.
Right. Put your opinion.
All of a sudden they're going to see an uptick.
Put your opinion. The only one that cares about it's a monkey.
All of a sudden you log onto that, you see this monkey crawling across the screen. Hurry,
Right.
give me your opinion here.
So there are two sites that you could actually, there's probably many more, but two that I know of is opinionstage.com and then, of course, surveymonkey.com. They're both survey sites. They have pre-written surveys where all you have to do is the template is pre-written and then you can just change the questions. Super, super easy to do. And then what you could do is when you have a presentation coming up, you send the survey over with the question. And you're thinking, what questions? What questions am I sending over? I've actually created a list of empathetic, coming from an empathetic direction, understanding, caring, active listening questions that will be very helpful for you in your presentation if you can get those over beforehand. So it's your choice if you want to send them over in survey format and ask your prospective client, hey, before I meet with you tomorrow night, I'm going to send you a link. Go in there. There's only 10 questions. And, click your answers. It's not open essay. You can just click an answer, A, B, C, D. And, or if there'll be a space for free form if you want to do that. And that will really help me to prepare for this listing presentation and understand you to the best of my ability. So anyway, I've got these questions written. And if you go to the show notes, there's going to be a link to download them. They're fantastic.
Right. So use those and adapt them to you, adapt them to your market.
Right.
Here's what I love about what you just said. I think everything comes down to the pre-listing.
Yeah.
So a realtor can set an appointment. Okay. Oh, I got an appointment. But are they qualified? Are they motivated? Do they want to move? Are they going to price it correctly? So you could put all that rather just in a normal email. Now you have a classy way to do it, a more formal way. Because I've had people that have done this in the past, not this way. Mm-hmm. I love that. So the top people can add this. What website do they go to again? I know you can either go to
SurveyMonkey or Opinion Stage. Either one of those are free survey websites. And they're already templated. You can just grab one of the templates that looks like it's going to fit best and then plug in these questions. Just cut and paste them. Yeah. Get our download from the show notes, whether you're on a podcast site or you're on YouTube. Look in the show notes, click the link, download for free this list of questions, then cut and paste them in the survey. And then you just shoot that email over and ask them, hey, before I get over, just go in there and answer. It's just 10 questions. And it's really going to help us take advantage of the time.
Huge. And one of our top agents I spoke with a while back does a pre-listing. And here's what they do. It's really magical, but it would scare a lot of agents. They send out an email. Let's say they're going over to your guys' house. They send an email, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, before I come over tomorrow at 7:30, just take a moment to look over this and just circle or just respond back. Which one of these, and all they are is all the objections. So they send it over and just say, which one of these bothers you, or are you hung up, or which of these would you like me to elaborate on? So, so the pre-listing, the pre-listing is everything.
Yeah.
Can we put the websites in the show notes?
Yes.
So people aren't trying to find Opinion Monkey all night.
Or Survey Stage.
The wife's like, time for dinner. I'm trying to find Opinion Monkey.
I heard it on this podcast. Yeah. I'm trying to find it.
I'll be right there.
Out there. All right. Moving on.
We're fine, you guys. Yeah, don't worry about us.
Next step.
That's so funny. Oh, that's good.
Are we done?
I'm such a creative mind.
No, there's still stuff in the mason jar, so we're not done.
Now it's called creativity, not making mistakes. I'm just being creative. All right. Educate and inform. Homeowners often fear selling because of the uncertainties and complexities involved in the process. Help ease their apprehension by providing clear and concise information about the current real estate market, trends, and recent sales in their area. Educate them about the potential benefits of selling, such as capitalizing on market conditions, unlocking equity, or downsizing to a more suitable home.
Well, and what's interesting about this, we're in this subject now of educating and informing. And right before, I think the heading, it was creating a safe and welcoming space. The next heading is highlighting personalized solutions. From that survey or that pre-listing set of questions, you may get a feel for what area is going to really be their target. So maybe these are the type of consumers that really want education and to be informed. Now you go into the listing presentation, and that's your intention, right? Because you kind of hit on that buzzword. You can tell from the way they answered things.
Right.
They want to be educated. That is their thing. Or maybe they really, you can just feel the fear in some of their answers. I'm going to really make sure it's a welcoming, safe environment.
Well, and this is also great it's a gentle way of farming. Like if somebody is going to farm and just educate, like we heard a week ago on one of our great agents, then when there's a time, they'll be like, wow, I'm going to use that person because they've been just giving me the law of reciprocity.
Right. Education is, especially when you're educating on statistics, it's powerful because it's not an opinion. It's a fact. And if it's some good facts, some good stats, wow. Right. I mean, that'll push anything you've heard on TV, anything that has built that fear up, which a lot of television does that now, is just create fear.
Right.
It gets knocked right down when you've got a statistic in front of you saying listing prices are continuing to rise, and this is how much, and this is the source this is coming from. It's powerful.
Yes, it is. The other thing that's powerful is highlighting personalized solutions. You should recognize that each homeowner's circumstances are unique, and there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Tailor your communication to address their specific concerns and desires.
Exactly. And I think that just comes down to making them feel special. You're there, your phone's not on, you are right there, you're present with them, you're asking questions, you sincerely, it's like a doctor, the Hippocratic Oath. You're there to find out, really, is there a need that I can help with sincerely?
Right.
If so, I'm gonna stay and make this happen. If not, I'm gonna qualify well enough to where I'm not going to waste 2 hours.
Right. You were just talking about that amazing Angela Nelson that was on our show last week. She's a market dominator. Custer has been dominating in her geographic farm for years. What'd she say? She started her geographic farm in the 90s. And she talked about that idea of not everybody is interested every month in getting this dominator that she sends out every month, this huge piece, this 12 by 15 piece. Of course, that's true, that not everybody's going to be interested.
Right.
You're going to have a small percentage of people that are in the market to sell, or maybe interested in selling and then buying. That piece is going to be perfect for them. Anybody else is going to be like, I don't care about that. And that's okay. And
then she also told us that was fun. And if you're wondering, just hit products. It's alphabetized. Go down to the very bottom. Market Dominator is there.
On ProspectsPLUS.
On ProspectsPLUS.com. But she also mentioned that now she goes to places. They're like, oh, hi, Angela. So she's getting great brand awareness. Right. And so...
Yeah. And she said it took 6 months to penetrate the market with the market dominator. It didn't happen right away.
Right.
Which, why would it happen right away? I mean, come on.
Well, and one of the stats we heard recently, because people say, when will my marketing start to happen? And it changes with time, but the recent stat was about 8-month time frame. But that's going to vary based on the market, based on the agent's horsepower, based on the agent's prospecting.
Well, I was in the mall the other day, and I heard some people over there say, it's that guy, and laughing. So that's not good.
Oh, boy. Laughing about the show or laughing?
I think so.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I think maybe it was
laughing because it was the funny part of the show.
Right. What were you wearing? It was something to do with that.
Okay. Paragraph number next.
Moving on. So you should highlight potential solutions that align with their goals, such as offering flexible timelines, assisting with the search for alternative housing.
That means you might need that place in between the closing and the...
or connecting them with trusted professionals who can help with specific areas of need. Maybe they can help if you have a problem where you have to bring your cocktail to the taping of the podcast every week.
And your sleeping bag because you're transitional housing. Hey, Fred, you got a couch? I got a sleeping bag. How long you need? I like 3 months. They're having trouble.
By showing that you understand their individual needs and are committed to finding personalized solutions, you build trust and credibility. Moving on quickly, next is to provide clarity on financial matters. Financial considerations often play a significant role in a homeowner's fear of selling. Provide some clarity on the potential financials implications, including estimated proceeds from the sale, the cost involved, and any tax implications.
I mean, any area that you just mentioned that you can help put a potential home seller at ease, I think is really important right there, because I think this is a year of a lot of if maybes. If this happens, if this doesn't happen,
Right.
Is inflation getting worse? Is it getting better? Are the rates going to start going down? If you don't know tax implications, you want to speak to that matter, which I appreciate why.
Right.
Maybe you can give them a name of somebody that they can talk to in the field that's a professional. But anytime you can start talking about numbers and give them some facts as far as the numbers are concerned, I think it's really valuable. I would imagine if you're somebody selling a home and needing to buy a home, maybe you're downsizing, the kids are gone. A lot of people in that market. I was just reading stats on baby boomers. I was just reading those this morning. It was over 51% of the market right now, home sellers are baby boomers, over 51%
Wow.
right now. They own over 30 million homes in the United States. It's a big part of the market. So they are not just selling, they're selling and buying. They're wanting to downsize. But in this market, what do you think they're thinking? As a baby boomer, I know what I'd be thinking. Okay, I'm selling this big house to downsize to a small one. Is there even an advantage to doing that?
Right. Interest rate, etc.
Right. So if you can start throwing out some of those numbers, giving some stories about where you've seen this work successfully and how you can do this successfully,
Right.
you can really put them at ease.
I've noticed two things happening in this last 2 weeks. It's very fascinating, and hopefully it's a trend that will continue. You have a dog, Charlie. I have Wallenberg, so I walk him. So
Arthur.
Oh, you have Arthur. See, we never even talked about our three
Right.
dogs.
Yeah.
Normally just make fun of each other's colleges.
Right.
Because you guys couldn't get into mine.
But you can't make fun of dogs.
No,
so
right, because you
dogs
have to
are
love
fine.
dogs.
Right.
I mean, Arthur, Wallenberg. No, so I'm walking him, longer walks in the evening, early morning. And all of a sudden, a week ago, I'm like, what? Boom, boom, boom. 3 or 4 listings that were not there.
Wow, that's interesting.
So, and I'm talking to people on the phone. Boom, boom, boom. They're seeing the same thing. So my calls are getting stronger with people that watch the video and say, let's have a dialogue. So I hope that continues. It's a nice thing to see. And hopefully they are not selling for a little bit less, but the market will keep going up, right?
Right. And in many areas it is.
Right.
It's not going down.
Right.
So, there's always pockets.
All right. So going back to financial matters, be sure to connect your homeowners with financial experts who can provide comprehensive advice on managing the financial aspects of the home buying and selling transaction. By addressing their concerns about money and ensuring transparency, you instill confidence and help homeowners make informed decisions. And that, of course, brings us to our final suggestion: share success stories.
This is huge here. I mean, even a brand new agent that gets into the business, you know what the broker will say? They will say your first 10 transactions, what they mean is everyone, the rest of your career, because you're new. What do you have? You got enthusiasm, and hopefully you've studied well, and that's got to play for you. But I remember he said every listing, every sale, you write it, you go to them and say, boom, will you sign this? And nobody says no, because you catch them in that happy phase.
Right.
Then all of a sudden you have 10 testimonials, you're brand new, and the old person forgot to do it, or the experienced person.
You should never even stop doing this. And
Right.
you just described exactly the way to do it. I don't care what you do for a living, but clearly we're supporting our agents. Do this every time throughout the transaction. If you hear them make some comments that you're like, that was really nice, or they text something over, email something over that's really nice and positive about the business, grab it, cut and paste it in something. By the end, you have that ready. And that day of closing, right after they walk out, you just show that to them and say, I'd love to use this as a review from you. These are some of the things you mentioned during our experience together. If you'd like, I can change some of this. If you want to add some, I could do that. But if you like how it looks,
right.
sign it. I would love to have this, keep this with me. If you did that every time.
And compiled all that. Well, think about infomercials. No infomercial ends without some kind of testimonial or something from somebody.
You got to do it.
It's part of the equation.
Yelp's been around now, I don't know, 15 years, something like that.
And that's consumer driven, right?
Yeah. I don't buy anything without reading several reviews, because you're always trying to balance the trolls who are just dumping on anything and everything.
Right.
Throw those out. And then you got the people who are a little too happy about everything, throw them out. And then you're reading.
They all work there.
Yeah. right. The person's mom. Yeah, throw those out. Then you got those in the middle, and you're kind of reading through trying to decide, if I'm buying a new
What's the
whatever,
reality? Yeah.
what's the best kind to buy. Everybody uses reviews. But I also love in this section how we're not just talking about reviews, we're talking about success stories, right? So you go and you meet with somebody and they say, I don't like this market. This seems weird. People their homes are listed too long. I'm going to lose money. And you think of a story, somebody you just worked with.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Wow. And you're like, wow, they went through something similar. Now you tell the story. Hey, I just worked with Bob Smith. He's a couple blocks down. I don't know if you know who he is, right in your neighborhood. Let me tell you what happened here. So this isn't just about reviews. Stories. Everybody loves stories. That's why we have libraries full of books, right? That's why we have bookstores full of books, because people love a good story.
That they do. All right, so that's your story for today. Effectively communicating with homeowners who are afraid to sell their homes requires empathy, understanding, and tailored solutions. By creating a safe space, educating and informing, providing financial clarity, and showcasing your success stories, you can empower homeowners to overcome their fears, make informed decisions, and embark on a positive selling journey. Remember, effective communication lays the groundwork for building trust and fostering successful transactions.
I love that, because think about, everybody knows testimonials, right? Oh, let me pull up my testimonial sheet. I mean, I love that wording, because, let me get in my briefcase. Let me pull out my success story sheet. There's magic.
Success stories.
Without even handing that, they're like, they know what's coming.
Story, the word story.
A bunch of success is going to be handed to them. Testimonials could mean, okay, did you make it up? Did you not?
You know who made a fortune on writing books about success stories? Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Mark Victor Hansen, yes.
That's all it was.
Right.
Success stories. And he did the first one. And then it was so successful. Then he did it for teenagers. Then he did it for
divorced
new mothers.
people.
Then he did it for divorce. And all these different subjects. It's been rewritten in a million languages. I mean, the success is unbelievable. And all it is stories.
All he did was
People love stories, you know, especially stories with happy endings.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a happy ending on this show and give away a gift card?
You know what? I think we should, because that's the happiest part of our show.
Exactly.
We're going to show some empathy here and give some money away.
Right.
Okay.
And when they hear the question, we might give them some empathy as well. But we'll see here. So,
if they need it.
Here we are. Yes, our friends at Prospects Plus gave us this fine stack of postcards.
And we get it right every single time on the first time.
First try here. Let's see how we do.
Who's winning money today?
Gia.
Money.
Gia Zelenak. GIA. That's a pretty name.
It's very pretty.
She is in Illinois, and her phone number 815-530-1164. She went with the stats on the front.
Oh, yeah, love it.
Just sold.
The automated stats
like that.
you don't even have to plug in.
GIA is her name.
Yep.
Gia.
That's a great name.
Yeah, she didn't have to spend a lot of time.
Hello, is this Gia?
This is.
Gia, this is Jim and Todd and Lisa with the Take a Listing Today podcast. We're calling on behalf of ProspectsPLUS.com. They gave us a postcard that you recently ordered showing a just sold property.
Is that you on there?
Yes, it is.
By the way, great job. So we're with Prospects Plus. You're currently on the Take a Listing Today podcast. So we wanted to congratulate you and just ask you a couple questions about your marketing and campaign, and then give you a chance to win $100 for just about anything on our website. Sound good?
Sure.
Let's do it. What made you pick this? Great card, by the way. I love that you picked the stats. You picked the zip code stats, so you didn't have to do any work there. And then, so it was like 2 for 1. You get a great message on the back and then great on the front. Great cards. What made you go this direction? And then what other marketing are you doing?
So with that one, I liked the stats on the back. I thought it was definitely something that, would be useful. And it was different than the other cards that I'd sent in the past, which I guess if I followed up more on those, I might get something out of it, but I'm pretty sure they just end up in the trash, right? So I'm hoping that this one, with it having a little bit more information, might not just end up in the trash. And as far as other marketing, not a whole lot at the moment.
Okay.
Mostly just on Facebook, which is not good.
All right.
I know.
All right,
so
but hey,
do you follow up? Like, do you have any type of recurring campaign to the same mailing list so you're hitting people more than just once?
No, and I need to. I shouldn't say that. I guess in my own neighborhood where I live, I have a little bit more of a. I don't necessarily mail to them, but I'm very active in the neighborhood, so they know me. And
I love it. Gia,
I'm also the HOA president, so that.
It's very smart.
So here's something.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart until you start complaining about everybody's mold on the roof. And,
right.
Yeah.
Gia, I want to give you a little assignment that might help you. So to get you some momentum, and it's a little video that you can watch and just see if it's a fit for you or not. So just go to products, go down to Market Dominator. It's based on carrier route, and that could help you hit your area where they already know you. And for about the price that you sent this card, you can send a 12 by 15, the largest legal size. So you could hit products, go down to the very end, just watch that video, and just qualify yourself in a route.
That's on ProspectsPLUS.com.
Right.
Okay.
But you know what?
She's going to check it out.
Great momentum.
I will.
Great momentum.
And you know what we're going to do to help her? If there is, so she keeps saying she should send some more. She should start a campaign, right? Why don't we help her
but
win?
It costs money.
Well,
Right.
why don't we
Let's do
help
it.
her win $100 today?
Jim,
Whoa, what an idea, Lisa.
Jim, can you
Wow.
maybe ask Gia a nice question this time so she could win?
Would you like that, Gia? We have a contest.
yes.
If you answer the question correctly, you get a $100 gift card for Prospects Plus.
So you could do door hangers in your neighborhood. You could do some. There's a lot of great options you could do, but
Yeah, a campaign. She could
yeah.
start a scheduled campaign.
right.
Get more listings campaign.
Okay.
That's a great idea. So, Gia, let me do that. Let me ask you a Take a Listing Today podcast question. I'll read you the question and 3 possible answers. Can you put your drink down, Lisa? Never mind
Your Moscow
trying to be
Mule
in the
so
background.
quiet.
Well, you're failing.
Her Moscow Mule disguised as iced coffee.
I'll
Gia,
read
you
the
weren't supposed to hear
question,
this
Gia,
part.
and the question and 3 answers. And just give me the correct answer. If you can do that, we'll send you out a $100 gift card for good for almost anything on ProspectsPlus.com, plus some exciting stuff we have around here, a podcast T-shirt, coffee mug, etc.
Here we go. Put your thinking cap on. You got this.
All right, Gia, here's your question. In Alaska, it is legal to shoot bears, but it is illegal to do what? Is it A, feed a bear, B, wake up a bear, or C, take a selfie with a bear?
Selfie. I mean, that'd be awesome though,
Well,
if you make it out.
they all sound like not a good idea.
Yeah, Gia, this doesn't sound like very. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna have to say feed a bear.
Feed a bear. That makes sense.
That sounds logical.
Yeah, especially if they're in a zoo, they really discourage you from
Big
feeding the
mistake.
animals.
I remember reading a story about somebody that did that.
How'd that
bear?
go?
Didn't end well.
It didn't end well.
It was a bear that was sickly, so she kept putting food out for it, and yeah, it just
Oh, boy.
didn't end well.
Okay, we don't want to hear how that ended. Show me. Feed a bear.
Gia, you would have loved it. No,
But
that's
it should be.
no, but sometimes they're hungry. You don't have to feed them just like a carrot and a horse. You could just set it there and be 30
Right,
feet
and
away.
run away very quickly.
Don't run. They have a prey drive.
Actually, it is illegal to wake up a bear.
See, now
Oh,
that
come on. Is this
Serious?
Right,
when they're
that's-
hibernating or what? Are we talking?
Gia, I agree with you. Who would even think about? Oh, can you pull over? I'm going to go wake that bear up. No, that's illegal. You're going to get a ticket.
I
can't
think he's,
tell
I
you if
think
that's
he's
during hibernation
overslept.
or.
He may have overslept.
Okay, we're going to ask you a real question because we think Jim might have put some funny stuff
You
in
know,
that
my
one.
second choice was a selfie because people are doing selfies with everything.
Oh,
so
Grand
I thought-
Canyon falling off the.
Right. I thought maybe that was the illegal thing, but waking a bear? No. That's just idiotic.
Well, now you know what not to do if you ever go to Alaska. But Gia, let me
You'll die and then you'll get a fine.
let's try another one
Okay,
here
here we
because
go.
we want you to win the gift card. Let's try this question. The first person to be convicted of speeding was driving how fast? Was it A, 8 miles per hour, B, 18 miles per hour, or C, 88 miles per hour?
So this would have been during the 4 days, the model.
I know. I was thinking, how fast could a car even go?
You're allowed to use resources. Use your resources.
Yes, please.
Use your resources.
How would you even look that up?
I know.
I'm going to have to be 18 miles an hour.
That sounds like middle of the road.
All right. I like it.
You know what? I like it too.
18. Show me 18 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Come on, she says. Gia, you're great. We're going to have you on the show every week. You're just great. You lose and you're entertaining.
We need to show you some empathy, Gia. Today's show is all about empathy, and so we need to do that for you. The correct answer, 8 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh.
We should have figured out.
You know, I almost said, I almost went with that, and then I was like, no, that can't.
That's too stupid. But there is no level of stupid that.
Can't you jog fast? You could run faster
Talk
than
about
that.
a speed trap, 8 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You idle faster than
Sir,
that.
you were going 9 miles an hour. Pull over immediately.
Danger.
Okay, we're going to find a real question for you, Gia, and Lisa and I are looking out for you here. Here we go. This is the real one.
I got a good feeling about this one, Gia. Let's hear this. In what country is chewing gum illegal?
Oh, this is easy.
A, Malaysia. B, Singapore. Or C, Indonesia.
Wow.
So wait, it's Malaysia. I think wait, Malaysia.
Gia, you
What
have
were the
Lisa
other
on your
ones?
team.
Malaysia,
You have
Singapore,
Lisa helping you.
or Indonesia.
Wow, I thought I heard Singapore with that.
Gia, talk to Lisa about this. You guys
Lisa,
talk this through.
You are not playing.
I'm just saying. Some
What are you thinking, Gia? What's in your
little
mind?
bird whispered in my
Singapore.
ear.
Oh,
I'm with Singapore.
All right, go with Singapore.
she's going with it.
All right, hopefully Lisa is not leading you astray. Show me Singapore. Oh! There we go. Singapore it is. There we go.
There we go.
What does Gia win today?
Gia, you win a gift card to for $100 to just about anything on our website and some swag from the Take a Listing Today podcast. So keep up the great work. Start a campaign, do something. Just go out there, make something happen. If you need help, reach out. We got you covered, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Have
Thank you, Gia.
a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
She was fun. She's like, what was her response? She's like, what she said? Oh, come on.
Come on.
She might make the Christmas blooper reel.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's not our fault you got it wrong.
So do you think in Singapore they don't sell gum? Like in the
I guess not.
entire-
So if you're walking down the street chewing something and they think it's gum, you're taking it.
You're in handcuffs. Well, Singapore is supposed to be a very clean country.
Oh, they don't want you spitting it
So-
out like New York on the sidewalk.
You know, the same thing when you go to Walt Disney World. They don't sell gum anywhere.
For that
Yeah.
reason. Oh, because people will put it on.
yeah. Do you
ever spit
think
it
in
out?
Singapore there are like these illegal back alley bars where everybody's hanging out
Hey guys,
chewing gum?
come over to my place from 5 to 7. We're having gum tonight.
Or on the corners instead of selling drugs, they're selling gum.
Think about the price of gum's gone up
Do you have
there.
any Wrigley's? Do you have any Wrigley's? I'm looking for Wrigley's.
Juicy fruit over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, there we go. Well, hopefully you learned how you can overcome homeowner fears and encourage sales with the power of empathy. That's all you got to do. We covered everything on that, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we did some
And
great
then
stuff.
some.
All right, good. We see that your drink is
My
empty now.
moonshine? Yeah, I put the recipe below?
In the show notes, no.
I think that's going to make a lot of people sick. You put a little tolerance to
Yeah,
that. So,
in case you guys can't see it, it's a brown Moscow Mule in an old mason jar, okay?
I love Mason.
probably haven't been watched in a while. So that's the Wisconsin way. Have an
Yeah.
awesome week. We'll see you later.
See you next
Bye-bye.
week. Take care. Bye-bye.